Hello and welcome, everyone. It is Saturday, February 12th, 2022. And I'm looking forward to this reading today with the sacred symbols. I've already made an offering. And what I'd like to do then is just invite you into a space of quiet so that you can create or form your own intention and your own inquiry so that the reading itself has a deeper meaning for you. We know that everything is holographic and there is no time and space in this linear way that most of us been conditioned to believe. We now know that within space, there's actually more life than there is in the material realm, in the solid mass that we're familiar with. So I invite you to affirm that your intention, wherever you are, can be aligned with the sacred symbols. And this reading is as relevant to you and for you as it would be for me or somebody who would be sitting here receiving the reading in person. So that is an aspect of this kind of work, of energy work, of work that has to do with light information that is being received and shared. So enjoy that. And I will guide us all through just a short invocation for alignment and activation of our chakras, of our energy fields, of our superconscious, so that we can tap into that level or that realm of information that is here for us today. So I invite you to close your eyes, take a few deep breaths. Just allow yourself to sink into the cushion or the chair, or if you're relaxing in bed, just allow yourself to relax even more deeply as you inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth, letting the jaw, neck, and shoulders signal to the rest of your body that it is relaxing. It is relaxing more and more deeply with each and every breath. And then in your imagination, I'd like you to see a brilliant white light coming down from the heavens and anchoring you to the center of the earth. This divine feminine molten iron core of Pachamama, of the feminine that provides for us all. That iron core that activates the chemistry, memory within us that is our hemoglobin, our red blood cells, the passion, the life force that flows through us, that it is at the core of us, as it is with Pachamama. And so allow the heart to open and feel the gratitude and appreciation for that, for the fact that we are alive here and now and have chosen this moment to be here. And now we're here together, creating a sacred ceremony, a sacred circle of divine energy. And so we are expanded and we are grounded at the same time. And as that energy naturally flows back upwards, imagine all of your chakras are open, fully functioning, front and back, balanced and aligned. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, and white, again spilling out over the top of your head, like now a rainbow fountain of health and vitality. Not only the colors, but also the emotions. Joy, peace, strength, courage, gratitude, humility, and again, divine love. And just feel those emotions being activated and opening this field so that now your awareness expands from within out into the room, out into the space that you're sitting in, out beyond the building that you're in and onto the land where the ancestors once walked. Creatures of all kinds that made it possible to live this life now. And as you continue to expand and feel this fountain of health and vitality flowing through you and outside of you into your environment, I invite you now to imagine a golden triangle above the head, this sacred geometry, filling now your central channel with this golden thread, this golden light, this golden stream of energy. This alchemy that is now activating the masculine and the feminine throughout your Ida and Pingala, those two central core energy circuits that connect at each chakra and flow, again, infinitely and eternally. So now you've created your own atomic activation into the realm, into the understanding of the superconscious. The superconscious field of awareness that is greater than the physical, containing all information. It's like the Akash. So we're tapping into a sense into the Akashic records. We're tapping into the Aka field, as the Hawaiian shamans know of this field, the golden grid of light that connects everything. Just feeling that golden grid now activated, your awareness expanded, your heart open. And so allowing this interconnection of brain, heart, and gut, you're creating a coherence within these areas of the body so that they can expand out even further and actually bring in even a deeper level of health and vitality, simply by giving your body, mind, this understanding of the intention that you have here today. So again, with gratitude and appreciation, and deep, deep state of relaxation, receptive, aware of what is present in this very moment, observing the obvious, what is right in front of you. And from that place, again, let's call in the divine and sacred circle of all of the directions, the east, the south, the west, the north, above, below, and the middle. All of the elements, earth, air, fire, water, ether, plasma, neutrinos, gammas, and all those elements yet unknown to man. Come and be with us as we connect in this sacred circle of gratitude and appreciation to receive this energy as we walk this good red road. All of our guides, angels, and teachers invited and present. All those benevolent spirits, the seen and the unseen, the mystical and the magical, the two-legged, the four-legged, the many-legged, the winged ones, the finned ones, the creepy crawlers. All of life that has created the energetic field for more life to expand and evolve. Come and be with us. And in this next breath, tap into that inquiry, the question, the area of your life that you want clarity, guidance, and wisdom. And know that it is so, know that it is received, for we each are incredibly powerful and potent in our own right as creators. And that as the reading unfolds and as you go into your week, it too will unfold and make itself present as a reflection back to you, to the response, as a response to the question, the inquiry, the space that you're holding here and now. And may all the blessings that are received here today not only benefit us, but may they benefit all those we come in contact with, all those hearts that we touch, and all the elements that become a part of us as we actually evolve into becoming an ancestor ourselves. In full faith, so be it. Oh. Okay, so with that, I'm going to invite you to blow into the basket 3 times. Let me give it a little shake. And now, beautiful breaths. 3 breaths into the basket, bringing your inquiry into the space, protected, guided. And I'm going to shift the view here so that you can see this as well as possible. I'll do my best. And again, you would be sitting here, and here I am. Let's see what pops in 2 days before Valentine's Day. I know we've got astrologically some big energies shifting now into a more direct. We've gone, thank God, Mercury went direct a few days back. And and hopefully the energy is shifting forward for us and things that we've been working on here. Let me get that in the screen a little bit better. Yeah, there you go. And I can tip this a little bit. Hopefully the sun isn't too distracting. Suddenly it just popped out. Okay. All right. Oh, wow. We have some really fascinating configurations here today. First off, well, the first thing that popped into my vision was the key at the very center of the reading. There's a lot of interesting overlays here today. Often things are just spread out pretty broadly, but today it looks like there's a lot of layering here going on. And then one of the most fascinating things is, I don't know how this could have landed this way. I've never seen this happen before, but here's the inquiry on this piece of coral. And then here right on top of it is rattle. And here's the hand representing the physical aspect of the self, and frog on the other side facing. And right next to that, we've got rebirth and the base chakra. So to me, that is an interesting message. You know, the fact that rattle is right on top of this inquiry is really saying, rattles about calling in. Just, it's really emphasizing the importance of declaring what it is you are wanting to manifest in your life. And so, we know that that takes sometimes a little bit of extra space or time, or in your meditation, extra intention to really gain clarity about what it is that we're intending, what we're calling in. In fact, I saw a beautiful interview the other day by Sheila Gillette, who channels, I forgot who she channels. She was like Abraham's teacher, Abraham Hicks. And, that was something that was in her message, maybe no accident here. It's mirroring what she was bringing in was, all we have to do is ask and you shall receive. So in the asking is where the power is for this rebirthing that we're all going through. And many of us, I know, are feeling intense physical experiences. I know even earlier today, I woke up and I was just feeling physically in the strangest experience. I just can't even describe what it was like, but it felt like a different kind of field of energy around me. And then I started to feel a little bit of vertigo type of energy. And so I had to just really sit and concentrate and focus on that, and decide that that was not going to be a part of my day. So it motivated me to go and work out today. So, just being aware of what's happening to you physically and seeing if it is indeed something that you want to experience, or maybe it has a message. That's the other aspect of these kinds of things. So I just felt like, no, I'm having clarity, I'm feeling grounded. And then I realized that the message about the physical piece for me today was about taking care of myself. So I took a little nap when I came home. So calling in, and of course, I love my little canary in the coal mine, my frog, and he's facing in. But, I say that about him, but he is also, he's amphibious, right? So it's about this aspect of becoming the divine, and so to speak, through this rebirthing, because the amphibians can breathe on in air or water. So, kind of taking that on ourselves to, can we straddle both worlds? Can we be receptive to this life that's being created, this world that's coming into form that is maybe not yet here because things are falling apart? And I think that, to me, this little piece, this little red coral rose is all about not just the first chakra, but about that groundedness, about the foundation, our foundation is having a rebirth. It's probably like a broken record, but we've all been saying this for so long now, that it's like the old is falling away, the structures are falling apart, and it's pretty disorienting physically. But and I know a lot of it's happening suddenly and unexpectedly. Here's Uranus, but it's beautiful. It's like, boom, it's kind of like the Tower card almost, or the idea of transformation. And sometimes transformation is shocking and sudden. So just being aware of that. And also, if we were to look at what's coming out from the inquiry, this is beautiful. It's about the vision. So that's really what I said. It's like calling in, what is the vision that you're wanting to call in, that you're wanting to create, that you're wanting to manifest in this new world? And here is our third eye. So it's like, it's about looking within for that answer, looking within and seeing from a more internal point of view, not so much the external. And here's Pachamama. Pachamama, alignment. I say for the dice, I like to look at the 6 as alignment and kind of a completion as far as a single digit goes. And then I look at the other and I see a 4. So it's like a completion in a sense, this 10, this cycle, a completion of a cycle, so to speak, and ready to go around again, or just kind of like the foundation of our digital world is 1010. So it's like 1, the 10, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. So it's almost like a code, you know, looking at our code, what's going on with our genetic code changing, which I would say this is definitely a part of what's going on. Here's the sun. We know we're going through the photon belt, having immense effects on us, solar flares happening like crazy, the Schumann resonance shifting. And this little chunk on the sun is dragon's blood. So, you know, it's about the medicine. What is the medicine in all of this? And it's what is being amplified. Here's Jupiter amplifying everything. And right next to Uranus is Neptune. So kind of like what is unseen, what is hidden, you know, what is hidden within our blueprint. I think this is what's coming to light. This is what's coming to surface. I see, here's the blueprint, but it's facing down. It's like all the stuff that's inside and was internal is now being reflected, you know, to us, amplified. And here is Buddha with his third eye open. In fact, here's two. We have a double Buddha. You know, it's like, it's about releasing the suffering. That's how I look at this Buddha. He also represents jaguar medicine. So this intention, and now it's time to receive. It's time to receive what the medicine has been within us. And now the times are right. In fact, here's the hidden under that was the third chakra. So it's like that power within and allowing us to stand in our own power, the power that's been hidden, pushed back. And this is what's happening energetically through the field of our energetics right now. And this new foundation, the 4 being created, the angelic realms are here helping us. It's Mars saying it's time for activation, for moving forward on this spiritual journey. It's time to speak out, whatever it is, speak out, share with others your experience. There are so many of us experiencing sudden and unexpected events, and things like, you know, trauma that's coming up, old trauma. We need to really support each other in understanding how to release it rather than just stuff it down again, as many of our generations before us felt they had no choice. Yeah, and that is definitely, in fact, you know, affecting our work and this work in the world of really allowing this rebalancing of the divine feminine. And we have the ancient ancestors here on our father's side, just really supporting us in this beautiful divine work of energy healing, of creating what has not yet been created, because that is what's going to get us through this intense shift in foundations of structures that no longer serve us. Like Einstein said, you know, you can't fix something from, you know, from the same field that created it. We have to think outside the box. So we have the great grandparents on our mother's side, our father, both grandparents, oh, the great grands on both the maternal and paternal side. You know, speak with them, have a conversation with them, tune into them, even though you may not have ever met them, you may never have known them, maybe you don't know a single story about them, but you are connected through your DNA. And there is luck they're bringing. Here's the shaman and here's the wish token. Make a wish. Why not? What have you got to lose? Wish big and see what comes your way. And then in the greater field outside here, I see community. So it's like being held kind of in the arms or the container of a greater community that is heart-led. This is the heart chakra out here, which is beautiful. And creativity. Use your creativity, balance the mind out by being open and receptive. Tap into community, even if it's on Zoom, you know, and allow that to help you move forward. Maybe some of us still can't be with others, but we can still tune in. What is that? And in fact, thinking of Abraham Hicks today, you know, it was like, what does she say? tune in, turn on, tune in, tap in, tuned in, be tuned in, turned on, tapped in and turned on. You know, you got to turn that switch on from within. That's where the power is. That's where the power is in that third chakra. Boom. You know, really take it upon yourself to say enough. I'm moving forward. I got big ideas. I see a better world ahead. And that's interesting, even though, you know, not all of it may not come to fruition right now, but it's about reflecting, you know, here's the dark side of the moon, and here is, yeah, it's like that inner reflection time right now. And just know there's a lot of power in that, because this idea of movement or moving forward, or Mars, that Mars energy that says, boom, action. Let's not forget that action can sometimes be feminine. It doesn't have to be masculine where you go in and bam, you know, the white tornado. It can also be this idea of like, you know, take a nap, slow down, put your feet on the ground, hug a tree, watch the clouds, you watch the ducks, watch the birds fly by, and take some time to reflect. That's what this is saying here. Inner reflection, facing inward, looking within about what abundance means to you, for sure. What helps you feel grounded during transformation. And this is the ancient ones on our mother's side here. And she is right next to the great mystery and some, the grandmother, your grandmother on your father's side, your paternal grandmother. And resting like on the back of Eagle Condor, looking back into that, be your own medicine. Honor even the emotions. I had somebody tell me the other day, she went to have a session. She'd not been feeling well for quite a while now, but she said all she could do was cry. She wailed. And, you know, thankfully the practitioner just said, go for it, let it go. I remember years ago learning from Deepak Chopra, you know, about there is a chemical reaction or interaction that happens when we cry, when we shed tears. And it's something that we need. If we're feeling grief, that is what we need. So allow the self to have this more feminine experience of action that may be more internal, more reflective, more about the emotions that are wanting to help you move forward and tap into your heart even more deeply. Now I'll just address, there's a little collection of pieces here too around transfiguration, which I know we're all going through, but I think here's the message. This great transfiguration that we're all having, you know, here, I said earlier, DNA, sure enough, here's the fire. Here's this aspect of passion. Let your passion lead the way. Whenever you feel a little jammed up or locked up, here's the lock. But allow this passion, this connection to Pachamama, your base chakra that showed up. Here's the DNA. And here's the two grandmothers. How beautiful. It's like the two grandmothers, the ancient great grands, the ancient ones, they're straddling these beautiful parallels. And, you know, and here's Bear. So Bear is saying, yes, when there's something that's cloudy, funky, blocking you, you're feeling a block, it's about going within, tapping into what the emotions are teaching you, what your surroundings are telling you, and even the greater picture, you know, this transfiguration that's happening to all of us, our DNA is changing. So tap into the creative aspect of yourself on this as a soul on this greater journey. Right? Tap into the wisdom of what is right in front of you, what is obvious right now. Yeah, because that's going to guide you on this physical realm. I know, because I don't think there's, you know, most doctors right now, I say allopathic medicine doctors probably have no clue. They can't, I notice that when I have questions about vertigo or some of these other things that are happening to me or through me, they're kind of clueless, you know, maybe some Chinese medical doctors or some kind of alternative integrative health practitioners are a little more open. So you might want to explore that if that's something that you haven't But also, as I come around the full circle here, I'm just seeing, I'm noticing, yeah, here we go. That there's a lot of planetary action in here. I mentioned the sun, clarity of mind. So that's what's the core. That is like the end goal, right? To have clarity, because we want to know clarity. We all need and want clarity for both great and small aspects of our life. And then we need to speak it, whatever it is we are experiencing, because that is all we really have to go by. I mean, we can adopt others' truths, and if it works for you, great. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. And then you have to speak your own truth. You really do. That's what it's saying. Speak your own truth through these emotions that are moving through and giving you guidance. In fact, they are giving you, this is the mother, your mother, the mother, this feminine energy again, guiding, directing, nurturing, creating ceremony, seeing the ceremony of that. This is the mother, and this is your grandfather on your mother's side. So your mother's father. That is beautiful. Look at the wisdom there in that. That is so beautiful. And this is the other. So just someone else in your life. It could be husband, wife, colleague, partner in some way. But what I noticed, and when I first threw the pieces today, that what popped into the other is, you probably can't see it well, but it's a little Abalone Cross, which is all about the chakra above the crown of the head, right? That divine white light that we called in. And that beauty of sacred union in your own home, of create ceremony in your home, because then here you are on your side, resting against grandfather on your father's side, that masculine energy, the paternal grandfather. And he too is giving us guidance here about the sacred, this idea of pay attention to what is sacred. What is sacred? Water, air, fire, right? These basic elements that keep us alive and keep the planet in balance. We all need that. And that's what sea lily is about. This is a little joint from the sea lily. And the beautiful story behind that is they were these immense sea lilies that came up from, this one is from the desert floor now of Taos, but that's the story. You know, they were once at the bottom of the seabeds, and they were able to ground in and stay flexible because each of these pieces were like a joint, like a vertebrae. I think that's an amazing story about the sea lily. And then the sea lily, you know, is beautiful metaphor for how we need to be in changing times when the storm's coming through. You want to be flexible. You can go roll with it. And, you know, and also provide nurturing and support for others, keeping the roots grounded. And then also knowing that in doing that, eventually what arises is the beautiful lotus at the top, right? Reaching for the sun that gives light. Fantastic. Yeah. So here you are. Here's your star nations. They're here along with the ancient ancestors on the feminine, the women, the ancient female ancestors on your mother's side. And here's the ancient female ancestors on your mother's side, father and mother. So we've got both the masculine and feminine again. This is just so beautiful how these pieces are paralleling in this reading. I just love it. So, yes. Declaring things sacred. So back to this final piece where I was going in about this little collection here, ceremony, but here we have Saturn, Venus, Mercury, and this is about abundance. This actually represents coins. So looking at abundance from a higher level, that's what this little gold basket's about. the higher realms, this higher purpose. That's why I was saying earlier, it's about the soul's work, the soul's journey in this reading, not so much about the work of the day-to-day world, but the greater purpose of the soul's work in this lifetime. And we are going through a rebirth right now. So Mercury, just saying, express yourself. Venus, what do you love? Love, truth, beauty. And what is changing structurally? Saturn, father, authority figures. How are you holding them in this greater picture of where you're going? And that's the key. That's the key to this idea of abundance, that we already have this abundance within. It's not about something outside of us. Oh, and I hope you can still see this, the screen. Oh my God, this is amazing. So I hope this is being recorded, because there's this incredible, oh, makes me want to cry. It's like the eye of God. That is amazing. Well, I feel like we got a blessing here today. Aside from the reading, that's my give and take, so it's all about balance, balance of the mind, balancing the mind. Let's see what happens when I shift the screen. Probably lose it. Yeah. Wow. But oh my God, was that beautiful or what? I feel blessed. I have to say that what I love most about doing these readings is that I never know what's going to come up. And as much as I might want to believe that I have some idea about the theme of things or what I'm picking up even just for myself, then when I see the pieces and they start to speak to me through their interaction with one another, through the act of ceremony and calling in guides, angels, teachers, guardians, ancestors, there is so much more wisdom there. It kind of pulls everything together. And so I feel like it is an incredible blessing that I am able to bring this information to you through the sacred symbols, through reading the bones. And so I hope with that, this Valentine's weekend fills your heart with blessings. And as much as it fills mine. So with that said, I'm going to close the circle and thank you all for joining me. In full faith, so be it. Oh. Thank you, everyone. Bye for now. I think I'm finally figuring out how to edit too, so hopefully I'll get this edited in a time.